waiting for the end? Have regrets weighed more heavily than the memories of joy, whispering that perhaps you've missed your chance to truly live out your purpose? My beloved child, I am speaking to you now. Do not think for a moment that I have finished with you. Do not believe the lie that age or circumstance disqualifies you from my plans. If you are still breathing, then you are still carrying purpose. If your heart is still beating, then my spirit is still at work within you. I am the author of your life, and I do not leave my stories unfinished. I know you have walked through valleys that felt endless. I know you have faced losses, betrayals, and moments of deep loneliness, but every tear, every scar, and every battle has been seen by me, and I have not wasted a single one. You may see brokenness, but I see a vessel through which my light can shine all the brighter. Ask yourself, what if the years behind you have only been preparation for the work I desire to do now? What if the strength you carry is not in what you once could do, but in what you now know? Wisdom, endurance, and faith refined by fire. What if the very places you feel weakest are the places where my power will rest strongest? You are not at the end of your story. You are standing on the edge of renewal, and I, your God, am ready to take you deeper still. My beloved child, listen closely. Before you took your first breath, before you opened your eyes to this world, I knew you. You were not an accident of time or chance. You were formed by my hands, shaped with intention, and marked with eternal worth. Every detail of your being was crafted in love. And yet, I know that through the years, the world has tried to strip away that truth. It has named you by your failures, defined you by your wounds, and pressed labels upon you that I never wrote. But hear me clearly, you are not what life has done to you. You are not the sum of your mistakes or the echoes of your regrets. You are not what others said when they spoke from their own brokenness. You are who I say you are, and I call you mine. For too long, you may have carried an identity that weighed you down, an identity of shame, of weakness, of not enough. Perhaps you look at the mirror and see only the lines of age and the wear of years, wondering if you still carry value in my kingdom. But I say to you, those lines are not marks of loss. They are testimonies of survival. They are the evidence that you endured what should have broken you, and you still stand. The wisdom you carry is greater than you realize, and your very presence is still a gift to those around you. I do not despise your brokenness, for broken vessels pour better. The cracks in your story are not flaws to hide. They are openings through which my light shines brightest. When you feel unworthy, remember this. My Son gave his life so that you could wear my righteousness. That means when I look at you, I do not see failure. I see redemption. When I look at you, I do not see weakness. I see my strength perfected in you. You may think your usefulness has passed, that your best years of service to me are behind you, but do not measure yourself by the world's standards of productivity. My kingdom is not built on what you can do with your hands alone, but on what you allow me to do through your spirit. Even in your later years, I am not finished writing your story. In fact, the chapters yet to come may carry more eternal weight than all the ones before. Consider Abraham and Sarah, who thought their time had passed. Consider Moses, who thought his voice and his opportunity had been silenced. Consider Anna, the elderly prophetess who devoted her life to prayer and saw the Christ child with her own eyes. Their lives testify to this truth. I do not retire my children from purpose. If you are still here, then you are still called. My child, you are loved beyond measure. You are chosen, not overlooked. You are seen, not forgotten. You are covered, not exposed. The world may have tried to define you by your mistakes or diminish you because of your age, but I restore your true name today, redeemed, righteous, strong, precious, mine. I know there were pages of your story you wish could be erased, the chapters of failure, of sin, of wounds too deep to speak aloud. But I tell you this, I will use even those pages. What you call wasted years, I call testimony. What you call broken history, I call proof of my healing power. Do not despise your story. Do not hide from it. For it is through your scars that others will find hope. Lift your head, beloved. You do not walk beneath shame any longer. Shake off the garments of heaviness and clothe yourself with the truth I speak over you. You are my child, and that identity can never be stolen, altered, or diminished. Even when your own thoughts betray you, my word stands firm. You are mine, and nothing can snatch you from my hand. So now, let us begin again, not as the world sees you, not as your past defines you, but as I created you to be, radiant with my spirit, bold in my calling, free from the chains of yesterday, holy because of my Son's sacrifice, and powerful because I live within you. Walk with me in this restored identity. Do not return to the labels of the past. Do not allow fear or regret to dictate who you are. You are not invisible, you are not forgotten, and you are not finished. You are a vessel of my glory, even now. The time has come for you to see yourself as I see you. Lift your eyes, for your true name has always been written in my book of life. And as long as you remain in me, your story is far from over. My child, I know the weight you have carried. I know the seasons when the trials felt too heavy and the nights seemed endless. You have asked me in the quiet, why must I endure so much? Why does the battle never seem to end? And today I tell you, what you have faced was never meant to destroy you. It was meant to refine you. Think of gold. It is precious even in its raw form, yet it only reveals its true beauty when it passes through fire. The flame does not diminish the gold, it purifies it. It removes what does not belong, so that what remains is stronger, brighter, and more valuable. This is what I have been doing in you. The heat of affliction was not punishment, it was preparation. When you felt the crushing weight of life pressing in, you thought it was the end of you. But I say to you, the pressing was producing oil. The tears you cried in secret, the burdens you carried without applause, the moments you nearly gave up, those were the places where I was drawing forth something eternal. Just as olives must be pressed to release their oil, so too must your life sometimes be pressed to release the anointing I placed within you. The enemy wanted you to believe that the struggle proved my absence, but the very opposite is true. I was nearer to you in those moments than you realized. I walked with you through the fire so that the flames would not consume you. I stood with you in the storm so that the waters would not drown you. The fact that you are still here is proof of my hand upon you. You must understand, the adversary attacks what he fears, and he fears you. He fears your voice, your prayers, your persistence, your faith, even when shaken. He sees the potential I have placed in you, and he has tried to silence it through hardship. That is why the warfare around you has felt unrelenting. But do not mistake resistance for defeat. The greater the pressure, the greater the destiny it is preparing you for. I tell you this, the fire has not been wasted. Every season of pain has worked for your good. What the enemy meant for harm, I am turning into a testimony. What felt like breaking is becoming your breakthrough. Do you not see? I am molding you into a vessel that carries my glory in ways you could not before. Do not despise the scars you bear. They are not marks of weakness, but signs of survival. They speak to others that I am still the God who delivers, still the God who restores, still the God who turns ashes into beauty. Your scars are evidence that you have endured the refining fire and emerged not consumed, but transformed. Yes, you have questioned me. Yes, you have doubted. But even in your doubts, you clung to me, sometimes only with the smallest thread of hope. That faith, though fragile, was precious to me. I tell you the truth, even mustard seed faith moves mountains, and yours has carried you through valleys deeper than you ever thought possible. So now, beloved, do not see your suffering as wasted years. See it as the groundwork for the greater things I am about to release in your life. I have been shaping you into someone who can carry not just blessing for yourself, but hope for others. The refining was never just about you. It was about those who will find me through your testimony. Remember this always. I do not abandon my children in the fire. I refine, I strengthen, I shape, but I do not leave. What you thought would consume you has only revealed the resilience I planted in your soul. And now, after the flames, you will carry a glory and a wisdom that no easy season could ever produce. Lift your eyes, my child. The fire has done its work. You are not burned. You are refined. You are not broken. You are anointed. You are not defeated. You are rising. Walk forward with courage, for the hardest battles have been the proving ground for the greatest victories. My beloved child, now that you know who you are in me, and you understand that your trials have been refining you, I am calling you into something deeper, a life of obedience and faith. For identity restored is only the beginning. It must be lived out through trust and surrender. You often wonder, what is left for me to do? What difference can I still make? And I answer you, more than you imagine. Do not measure impact by size or by applause. In my kingdom, the smallest act of obedience carries eternal weight. A quiet prayer whispered in faith can shift the course of generations. A kind word, spoken in love, can break chains of despair. A simple yes to my leading can ignite a movement you may never see with your eyes but will echo in eternity. Faith is not about knowing the entire path. It is about taking the next step with me. I am not asking you to understand every detail of tomorrow. I am asking you to trust me today. For I go before you. I order your steps. I open doors that no one can shut, and I shut doors that were never meant for you to walk through. I know that sometimes fear whispers louder than faith. What if I fail? What if I am not enough? What if the risk is too great? But hear me. You are not walking into the unknown alone. I am with you. I am your shield, your guide, your provider, your strength. When you feel weak, lean on me. When you feel uncertain, listen for my voice. When you cannot see the way, remember that I am the way. Your later years are not years of withdrawal, they are years of deeper fruitfulness. The world tells you to slow down, to fade into the background, to step aside. But I tell you, now is the time to lean into prayer, to use your wisdom, to pass on the faith that has carried you. There are souls connected to your obedience. There are lives waiting on the other side of your yes. Think of Abraham, who left everything familiar, not knowing where I was leading, yet his obedience birthed a nation. Think of Peter, who stepped out onto the waters simply because my voice called, and in that moment, he did what no man had ever done. Think of Mary, who said, "Let it be to me according to your word," and through her obedience, the Savior entered the world. None of them saw the full picture when they obeyed. They only knew that I had spoken, and that was enough. So it must be with you, my child. Do not wait until every detail is clear. Do not hold back until the path feels safe. Obedience is not about certainty in circumstances. It is about certainty in me. One step at a time, that is all I ask. One act of trust, one prayer of surrender, one moment of courage. That is how you walk in faith. I am not calling you to strive in your own strength. I am calling you to abide in mine. Stop striving to control, to fix, to figure out. Rest in me and let obedience flow from intimacy. The more you draw near, the clearer my voice becomes. The more you listen, the easier it is to follow. Faith grows not by seeing, but by walking, even when the path is hidden by shadows. Do not think your story is too small to matter. Do not think your yes is insignificant. In my hands, the smallest seed becomes a tree. The smallest offering feeds a multitude. The smallest step shakes kingdoms. Trust that your obedience, no matter how quiet, will ripple far beyond what your eyes can see. My child, I am asking for your whole heart, not to bind you, but to free you. I want to take you deeper than shallow prayers, beyond comfortable routines, into a life where my spirit moves freely through you. This requires surrender, but with surrender comes freedom. With trust comes peace. With obedience comes miracles. So rise each day not asking, "What can I accomplish?" but, "Lord, how can I follow you today?" That simple shift will open doors of purpose greater than anything you planned for yourself. For obedience is the soil where faith grows, and faith is the key that unlocks my promises. Walk with me, child. Step forward, not in fear, but in faith. For I have equipped you, I go before you, and I will never leave you. Your yes is the spark that sets my glory aflame in the world around you. My beloved child, you have carried shame long enough. You have walked under heaviness far too many years. But I tell you now, that season is ending. I am clothing you with garments of praise. I am replacing mourning with joy. I am exchanging the ashes of your past for a crown of beauty. What the enemy sought to bury, I am resurrecting. What life tried to steal, I am restoring. You may think victory belongs only to the strong, the young, or the unbroken. But I tell you, victory belongs to those who trust me. Your triumph is not earned by your power, but secured by mine. My son declared, "It is finished." And in those words, every battle you would ever face was already won. You may feel weary, but you fight from victory, not for victory. I know you have asked, "Lord, am I too late? Have I missed what you had for me?" Hear me, you are not too late. You are right on time. What seemed like delay was my protection. What felt like silence was my preparation. I have been shaping you in the hidden place, away from the opinions of others, so that when I bring you forth, you will shine with my glory and not your own. The world may look at your age and see limits, but I look at you and see a vessel seasoned by trials, strengthened by endurance, and humbled by grace. You are not at the end. You are at the beginning of a new season. One where your wisdom, your prayers, your faith, and your story will become weapons of hope for those still searching. Step out of the shadows, my child. Step into the fullness of who I created you to be. Do not hide your light any longer, for I did not keep you through the fire just so you could remain silent. I kept you so that others would see my faithfulness through you. Your testimony carries power. Your words carry weight. Your obedience carries ripple effects far beyond what you can measure. Victory does not mean you will never face challenges again. It means you face them from a place of confidence, knowing I am with you, knowing I will bring you through, knowing nothing formed against you can prosper. Your purpose does not end because your body grows tired or your steps slow. If anything, now more than ever, your purpose burns bright, for you carry a faith tested by years, and that faith is a fire that lights the path for others. I am calling you to live not in survival, but in abundance. Do not settle for simply enduring your days when I have called you to live them with joy. Do not let regret hold your heart when I have promised redemption. Do not let fear silence your voice when I have anointed you to declare my goodness. Lift your eyes, beloved. See the doors I am opening. See the opportunities I am placing before you. They may not look as you expected, but they are assignments chosen specifically for you. Perhaps it is a prayer that shifts the atmosphere in your family. Perhaps it is a word of encouragement that keeps someone from giving up. Perhaps it is your quiet faithfulness that inspires another to hold on. These are not small things. They are kingdom things. And as you walk in this new season, know this: I will not leave you halfway. I will not let you end in defeat. I will carry you in strength, in peace, in purpose. I will establish you in my promises, and you will see fruit from your faith. The enemy tried to silence you with shame. I say, sing with praise. He tried to bind you with fear. I say, walk in boldness. He tried to convince you that your story was over. I say, your story is only beginning. So rise, my child. Clothe yourself in joy. Step into purpose. Live as one who is victorious, because in me, you already are. And let the world see my light shining through you until the very end of your days. For you are mine. You are chosen. You are victorious, and your purpose still unfolds even now. My beloved child, as this message comes to a close, know that your story with me does not. I am still writing, still guiding, still breathing life into every chapter ahead. You have seen how I restored your identity, how I refined you in the fire, how I called you to walk in obedience and faith, and how I now invite you into victory and purpose. But this is not just words on a page. It is an invitation to live differently, starting now. Do not return to the shadows of regret or fear. Stand in the light of my truth. Every scar you carry is redeemed. Every loss you endured has been seen. Every battle you fought has prepared you for this moment. You are not forgotten, not abandoned, not finished. You are chosen, equipped, and deeply loved. Your later years are not meant for fading, but for shining. Let your wisdom flow into others. Let your prayers cover generations yet to come. Let your testimony declare that I am still the God who heals, restores, and resurrects. The world is waiting for the light you carry, and I am with you in every step you take. Lift your eyes, my child. See the new thing I am doing. The days ahead are not marked by defeat, but by